Gradim, the Beast King, had issued a command the very highest level of secret orders. All troops, listen. Zamdo has informed me that His Excellency is in danger, and our treacherous enemies have also summoned a legion of evil demons. Their strength is unknown, but we estimate that it's more than you can currently handle. If nothing is done, we are likely to take severe casualties. Thus I have decided to tap into our last resort. You must offer to us your courage and your loyalty. Activate the final trump card I have given you then you will gain the power to defeat the demons. He had given the order to his 3 generals first, followed by the rest of his troops. Upon Gradim's secret command, the soldiers finally swallowed their restricted enhancement pills, their last hope for victory. Succeed in this, and you will gain immense power, and sometimes, you will survive with only a few side effects. Do not hate me for this. Hate yourself for your failure to adapt. General Gradim ordered his unsuspecting magical beast division to consume the forbidden drug, the beast. The soldiers transformed into mindless monsters, overwhelming Gabble and the Tempest forces. Amidst the carnage, Gradim watched coldly, searching for the rare true warriors who could survive the mutation without losing their sanity. 10,000 immediately died. 5,500 were completely, irreversibly transformed into magical beasts. 5,000 made the transformation, only to lose all reason and go berserk. 5,000 transformed into a human beast form, also going berserk. 4,000 became beast warriors imbued with animal powers. And 400 awoke as Chimera Knights. General Gradim's ruthless experiments had decimated his ranks, but the survivors were now ultimate weapons. With 10,000 beast warriors and 400 elite Chimera Knights, Gradim felt invincible. However, as he prepared to command his new army, one formidable obstacle blocked his path. The Beast King, Carrion. For now, he'd have to rely on his 3 generals. Baraga the Azure Dragon was fighting Gabble. Nazem the Vermilion Bird was in fierce combat with Frey. That left only Gozaline the Black Tortoise. Gozaline, reform our forces at once. Very well. I am delighted to see the results were even greater than expected. Indeed. Get to work at once. The quick telepathic message was all it took. They really should have closed their ranks while they had 10,000 berserk half-beast decoys running around, but at least Gozaline was safe, which relieved Gradim greatly. As selfish as he was, he still trusted those he deemed worthy enough. Too focused on your troops to bother with me, eh? Of course. I command an army, you realize. I am not a wild beast. And you just commanded most of them to die, didn't you? Don't make me laugh. That is the nature of war, you fool. If you cannot make a similar commitment, you never deserve to rule our land. And did I hear that you were kicked off your demon lord throne by a newcomer? I feel sorry for the men and women who served someone as powerless as you. Shut up. Carillon slashed at Gradim in anger, but there was too much impatient urgency in his attack. Much as he never wanted to believe it, Gradim had grown far stronger than he expected. Whoa, that attack won't do much. You barely look like you're jogging toward me in my eyes. Wielding the god-class white tiger claws, Gradim moved with near divine speed. He circled Carillon effortlessly, his blade slicing through legend-class armor, as if it were scrap metal. Against this overwhelming assault, the Beastmaster was left completely at Gradim's mercy. What's wrong, huh? Didn't you say you were going to kill me? Was it just a lot of big talk, or what? Shut up. Tist. I thought it'd be easier to kill you, but this ain't going at all like I thought. Hardened by Millam's hellish training, Carrion weathered the storm of Gradim's superior weaponry. Though the Beastmaster's latent power was immense, the Imperial General held the edge and moved for the kill. But just then, an unpredictable phenomenon shattered Gradim's certainty. What? I'm surging with power. This was the sign of an oncoming evolution, the start of his own harvest festival, the progression to Demon Lorddom. But awakening under these conditions posed a major challenge for Gradim. Why am I so tired? He was already unsteady on his feet. Carillon, not one to miss this opportunity, fled from danger and recomposed himself. What's the matter? Exhausted already? Then he observed Gradim more closely. Something was clearly happening, but was it good or bad for him? Gradim was clearly gaining power that was visible enough to anyone watching him. Magicules were swarming around him, an enormous aura flowing out from his body. But Gradim himself seemed barely able to stay on his feet now. What's going on? This isn't that awakening thing, is it? Carillon suddenly recalled a story he'd heard recently. At Remuer's victory party, according to the tale, he held an evolution ceremony on his officers, but some of them were so stricken by irresistible fatigue that they had to leave the event early. You have to go to sleep for a while on the way to becoming a true demon lord, right? And that's exactly what's happening to this guy. The Beastmaster was no dunce, but he wasn't the most quick-witted person in the world, either. Right now, however, he was demonstrating great insight. Perhaps the life-threatening situation was sharpening his brain a bit. Frey suggested that evolution requires a certain number of souls, and Gradim's troops are dying by the thousands around us, ain't they? Amidst the chaotic battlefield, Gradim began his awakening as a true demon lord. Absorbing the hate-filled souls of his betrayed soldiers triggered the gruesome trial, leaving him completely defenseless. Carillon couldn't read the situation that far, but he still judged it as both a great crisis and a great opportunity. Guess heaven's on my side after all. Well, wait a minute. It's always been about you your whole life, hasn't it? Time to pay for that. No. Think calmly about it a moment. You may call yourself the strongest only if you beat me when I'm in perfect condition. This will be nothing but a half-hearted victory for you. You will rue it the rest of your life. Gradim was deeply concerned. Failure to act right now would assuredly kill him. But he was racked by fatigue he could do nothing about. It was also unexpected that he couldn't think of any measures to take against it. He turned toward his dependable generals, but Baraga and Azam were locked in fierce combat, and while Gozaline was merely reorganizing troops, the onslaught she faced from Remura's forces meant that she couldn't just run to Gradim's aid. At that very moment, nobody could help him. He fell to his knees. God damn it. I finally made it here. One more step and I would attain ultimate power. He could feel that power erupting within him and an equally strong sleepiness that it was futile to resist. Once he awakened, he could defeat even Valgrand. He could picture it already. But reality was much crueler to him. If not even Remura could resist this ordeal, there was no reason why Gradim could. Now his face was a muddle of tears and frustration. You can't do this. You can't, damn it. With that final shout, Gradim fell asleep. And if a would-be demon lord failed to survive this ordeal, they faced death. Well, ain't you lucky? You get to have a nice peaceful death in your sleep. So long, then. Beast roar. Carillon was not one to show mercy at a time like this. Maybe it'd be a different story if he still saw himself as an almighty demon lord, but now he was just the commander of an army. He had come to reinforce his allies, and so it was only natural that he place victory above his own pride. Thus a man burning with ambition, when just a single step away from reaching even greater heights, was defeated by Carillon. The first people to be thrown by this unimaginable defeat were Gradim's 3 generals. They were stout allies, fascinated by the Beast King's path and sharing in his dreams. Their anger and grief were palpable enough to affect the entire war situation around them. The first to react was Baraga. He stopped engaging Gabble, turned on his heels, and rushed to Gradim's side. Sir Gradim. Everything below Gradim's head had been obliterated by Carillon's beast roar. The chagrined face told the whole story. It would be impossible to revive him from this state. Oh, how horrible. Right when his long-cherished wish was almost fulfilled. Gabble arrived, following the lamenting Baraga. He remained on guard, his treasured vortex spear pointed straight at him. Sir Carillon, he said, eyes still on Baraga, my congratulations for your great victory. I am truly amazed by your brilliant authority on the battlefield. He was offering praise to Carillon for defeating an enemy general, and he meant every word of it. Gradim, with his god-class offense, was more powerful than Gabble despite not even being a demon lord yet. And even if it was a coincidental stroke of luck that sealed it, it was only natural for him to commend Carillon. But the receiver of this praise looked oddly pale. Whoa, I hate to say it, but he didn't just. He was deep in thought, seemingly unable to give Gabble a coherent reply. What is the matter? Gabble wondered if he was feeling well. Carillon turned away, looking terribly concerned, and then he gave the shocking truth. Sorry, guys. I know I came all this way to pitch in, but it looks like it's over for me. What? Are you hurt? No, not that. It's that awakening thing. I think the souls Gradim was supposed to get are all swarming for me instead. Man, what a curse. Now I get why he was so damn defenseless. What? Carillon's tone was self-mocking. Gabble, sensing the levity of the situation, couldn't hide his shock. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm going to sleep right here. Try to protect me when you can, alright. But of course, you may rest assured of that. Gabble smiled, helping to reassure Carillon. Carillon returned it, then turned his back to him. Hope I see you guys when I'm back up, he said, and then he fell asleep. He took it as stoutly as possible, but that's just the way evolutionary sleep works. Baraga was less than excited about this. If things had been any different, he would have been running guard duty, not Gabble, and it would be Gradim enjoying his slumber at the moment, not Carillon. No. Never. You will reap all the benefits after doing nothing at all to sow them. I refuse to let this pass. He seethed at Gabble and Carillon, enraged. In his hand was a shining relic of Gradim, his white tiger claws, a god-class weapon that embodied and projected the will of anyone it acknowledged as its master. White tiger claws, lend me your power. We must avenge Sir Gradim. The claws shone more radiantly, as if responding to Baraga's call. Then the light converged into the form of a single spear. Ah, you have recognized me as your master. Baraga rejoiced. In his hand was the newly reformed white tiger claws, now called the Azure Dragon Spear. Your name was Gabble. Then let me kill you and dispatch the thief who lies before us. Ha, I too have made a man-to-man promise. Know that I will never allow the sleep of Sir Carillon to be disturbed. With that roared out challenge, the battle between the two giants resumed.